Okay, so this is a quick tutorial video on how to simplify like terms. So when it says simplify here, basically that means what we have can be written smaller. And so simplify is not the same as solve. So it doesn't mean that you're going to get one number. It just means you want to get it as simple, for lack of a better term, as possible. So the first thing that we need to do is identify our terms that are alike. So we want to make sure that we understand there's a difference between like x to the third, x squared, x, and then just like plain numbers, so 2 or whatever the number might be. So these are all different. So we can't combine them when there are addition and multiplication signs. So that means in order for us to be able to combine them, they have to have the same exponent. This exponent here would be 1, and then this obviously doesn't have a variable, so any plain numbers we could combine. So what I like to do is use the same shape. So since this is an x squared, I'm going to put a square around it, and then I'm going to go through and say, okay, this just has a plain x. So I'm going to include the sign in front, and just the number x, I'm going to put a circle. This is an x squared, so that gets a square again, and don't forget that little negative that was there. And then this is an x, so I'm going to circle. So what I like to do then is rewrite it. So this would be 3x squared minus 5x squared. So I like to put the terms that are alike next to each other. And then I would have minus 4x plus 8x. So now it's like I have two separate problems. I have this, and then I have this. So 3x squared minus 5x squared. So I'm just going to do this 3 minus 5, which would give me negative 2. And then I keep whatever the base was. So that was x squared, because I'm just doing subtraction. So addition and subtraction, you keep your base. Over here, I have x and x, so I'm going to keep my x, and then I'm just going to focus on what's in front. The numbers in front, we call those the coefficients. So I have negative 4 plus 8, so that's actually going to give me a positive 4, and then I keep my x. So that's how I get negative 2x squared plus 4x. Drawing and circling around your like terms using shapes is really helpful. It helps you to stay organized. So that's just a tip for you when you're doing your homework. I would write your problems out on paper. That way you can solve it and then find the correct answer. So this one again is simplify. So in this case I have an x. So I'm going to go through and find any more x's. Here's this negative 10x. So they all get circles. And then for y's, I'm just going to put a triangle. So you can use any shape you want. So I'll go ahead and rewrite. So I have 6x minus 10x, and then I have negative 3y plus 5y. So because these both have an x, I can combine them. So the sign in the middle is subtraction. So 6 minus 10 is going to be negative 4, and then I keep my base, which was x. Over here, I'm going to be adding. So don't forget your sign in front. So negative 3 plus 5 is going to be 2y. So that's going to be plus 2y. And that's how I get my answer here.